Hey everybody, hope you're well. Back in front of the desk today, and I recently picked up the STL Tones Romesh Dodangoda preset pack, and I thought today we'd whack it through its paces. First we'll show you how good it sounds, and second how easy it is to use. So this should be a really fun video. Super excited to talk you through this one. So here goes. So in this pack you're going to get 64 presets. Now if you've ever been lucky enough to record Romesh or seen the photos online, I'm sure you've seen them. He's got a huge collection of amps that's heads, cabs, pedals, the whole works. And so in this set you're going to get all his favourite tones packaged up in a nice bundle, and that makes it super easy to record with, you know. So yeah, we're going to show you a few sounds and basically show you how simple this pack is to use, and you know, hopefully you'll agree with the results. They're fantastic. Okay, so let's hear one of these amps. So I'm going to drag up a little riff I recorded earlier, and this is going to be the Bogner Uberschall, which is an incredible amp. So here you go. So as you can hear, it sounds nice and chunky. Now I just want to make a quick point. If you're more of a person who's used to using physical amps, you know, a lot of this can be quite daunting, you know, using software like this, but it's really intuitive. So on the screen here you can see we've got the amp loaded up here, and I'm just going to show you how responsive the controls are. Just like having a normal amplifier, you can turn up that mid-range and you know, it's going to respond just like your normal amp, so there's nothing to worry about. Let's do another quick example. So I'm just going to play the riff again and just mess around with a few settings, and hopefully you'll hear this in real time. So here it goes. Alright, so let's hear a few different riffs now, so let's try this one out. Okay, so hopefully you can see it's really easy just to dial things in and out, just like a normal amp, so there's nothing to worry about there. Let's check out a few different amps. So I'm going to load the 5150, it's one of my favourites. Here we go. Okay, and here's a bit of a messer. Okay, so the next section that is a really cool feature on this is the cabinet section. And this allows you to basically change your mic placement, and this, you can imagine how powerful this tool is. So, you know, you can drastically change the sound of your guitar by just moving that mic slightly over a bit. So, as you can see on the screen here, we've got a picture of a mic here, and we can literally drag exactly where you want it. So, further off the cone, further in, anything you fancy really. We've even got an angle over here to the side, which is pretty cool. And there's a lot of things here you can adjust. So there's no excuse for not getting a good tone here, you know. You've got everything at your disposal here. So let's just go through a few more sounds. I'm just going to mess about with it essentially. So see what you think of this. Okay, so here's a compilation of this amp pack in the mix. So let's see how it sits in the mix. So next up on the screen here, we've got the EQ section. So this is a really powerful tool. For me personally, I'm really liking the way the amps sound as they are. I mean, Romesh has put all this work into capturing these amps how he likes them. For me, you don't really need to do much in this section, but it's great to have all these options here. So what I'm going to do now, play another riff, and I'm just going to switch in this EQ off and on so you can hear hopefully a bit of a difference there. And again, great to have this at your fingertips, but for me, I don't think it needs messing about with too much. So here goes. Okay, so the next section I want to talk about is the effects here, the stomp section. So you know, a lot of heavy game players often like to use an overdrive pedal or a tube screamer type pedal in front of their amps, and this is just the same exact thing. So this is just the same thing as plugging in a tube screamer. I'm a big fan of the Maxon OD808, so this green little pedal here, I guess I'm going to do the same thing as that. So I'll click it on and off, so hopefully you can hear, and it should just tighten the sound up a little bit, as you'd expect. So here goes. Okay, so to summarise, this is really cool. I know a lot of us for heavy music have our sort of go-tos, you know, Messrs, EVH, whatnot. And I think with this software, it's so easy to jump between amps. You know, you can literally be playing for a riff like we have, and just click on the screen and you've got a different amp set up. It's so easy to go between amps, dialing different things here. You might find yourself being a bit more risky and trying out different amps, which is cool. There's a nice couple of Marshall ones I was playing with earlier. So yeah, you might find yourself going for something a bit more low gain, using a pedal in front of it possibly, rather than going for your sort of go-to amp choice, you know. So that in itself is a really cool feature on this. So what I love about this is how well it's been thought out. The different sections on the screen, you know, the stomp, amp, cabinet, EQ, is so easy to use. You can literally in seconds be on a different amp, different EQ, anything, you know. So there's no restrictions with this. And for me, the best feature has got to be that cabinet. To be able to move that microphone, you know, on axis, off axis, change the angle, the depth away from the cabinet, it's just brilliant. You know, imagine doing that in real life. It's going to be a bit of a nightmare jumping in your live room, moving it a few bits and then jumping back, listening to it. This is just going to save a lot of time for you. So really cool feature, and it really encourages you to be playing and recording more, which is brilliant. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this useful. Catch you next time.